that Waterford are more adventurous and a bit more spontaneous when they cross the halfway line today. You know, we know their defence is really good.
Yes.
But we want to see more from their forwards. We want to see two inside in that full forward line and see a bit of penetration and a bit of adventure about our forwards. Now, Dublin full back line, I'd say, is their weakest line. And if Waterford don't attack that from the start, they're making a big mistake, in my opinion. Now, for Dublin, I think if Dublin can get back to the form they had in the league quarter-final and the league semi-final, they have a really great chance of winning here because they have good forwards. But, you know, just going on the recent games, especially Dublin against Limerick, I would say that, you know, you'd have to fancy Waterford to win. But in doing so, if they do, I hope they show real promise for going to Croke Park.
Okay.
His very first quarter-final in the championship. Who's going to make the semi-final? Dublin or Waterford? Everything to play for. No backdoor, side door, trap door. It's do or die. Waterford won the toss, playing from right to left as we look at it. Liam Rush in his more familiar territory of centre half back, laying it off as Dublin go for the very first score, giving it absolutely everything and sending it between the posts and over the bar. Very good score by Chris Crummy, all the way from the right half back area.
Fantastic score there from Chris Cummy. It'll really settle down. Austin Gleeson is, like we'd predicted, gone wing forward, marking Chris Cummy as it happens.
Puck out from Stephen O'Keefe. Superbly gathered as Waterford try to respond now. They're opening up the Dublin defence with this dashing run indeed by Shane Bennett. Shanahan, who comes in with 1 goal and 17 points to his credit already in the championship. Puck out from Gary Maguire. Ryan Dwyer got his fingertips to it. Picked up by Jamie Barron. Flicks it back for his Tadhg de Burka. Sending it straight down that middle channel. Good hands here. There's a chance of Waterford going in front as Maurice Shanahan grabbed that slither first time. Good hands, good turn, great point.
Again, yeah, Maurice Shanahan using his strength. It's obvious that Waterford are going to try to put more ball in there to expose the Dublin full back line. Paul Schutte slipped then, Maurice showed.
Back here is Liam Rush, under pressure from Shane Bennett. Still Liam Rush, captain of Dublin, hand passing into the middle. Joey Boland finds himself under severe pressure. Great play by Waterford. Brilliant score. This time it's Colin Dunford that's at the end of the move. But the intensity, the determination, the passion, you have to give 10 out of 10 to Waterford.
You do, and it's no surprise Dublin players were commenting on it during the week in any interviews. The work rate of the Waterford team, they pace on the ball, but off the ball too. You don't have time to settle. You need to clear your lines quickly with this Waterford forward line.
Long puck out straight down the middle. Skips all of them until it comes to Conal Keeney. Will be wearing number 14. Out fires Paul Ryan, who was outstanding against Limerick in the last round of the qualifiers. Oh, great ball in for Dotsy O'Callaghan. The goalkeeper is trying to mark him as well, trying to make a bit of room. Lays it back, comes out for his Mark Schutte, and that's over the bar. But Dotsy O'Callaghan caught a magnificent ball and posed serious questions to the Waterford full back line.
He is. Dotsy found himself just behind his defender, but again, when the angle was closed off, he used his experience just to play the ball back out, and a very good score again from Schutte.
Puck out runs on as Shane Barrett chases after Kevin Moran, who provided wonderful leadership, particularly in the first half against Tipperary in the Munster final on this very pitch, with 2 outstanding scores. Meanwhile, it's former All-Star Danny Sutcliffe sending it in for his Dotsy. Keeping an eye on it was the goalkeeper, Stephen O'Keefe, sends it straight down that middle channel. Trying to grab it there is Jamie Barron, who and Kevin Moran over this side. Waiting for it, however, is Jake Dillon into the middle. That's good play. Colin Dunford gets by the initial challenge. To his immediate left is Maurice Shanahan. Here is Shanahan. Can he control it? He needs a little bit of support outside. Sends it into the middle. And the referee waves play on. Liam Rush is there. Lays it back for his Johnny McCaffrey. McCaffrey gives it plenty of air. Coming across from right corner forward to left corner forward is Mark Schutte. Still there, waiting for it, gathering it is Shane Fives. Played well, scored a point in the Munster final. His goalkeeper comes out to lend assistance, dropping it into the middle, just getting a little touch. Is the Waterford man, but gathering it is Shane Barrett. And he lays it off quickly for his Joey Boland. Boland goes for the score from way out the field. The umpire is going to signal 1.
Has carried on into today. But if Waterford, you mentioned the conditions earlier, try to play a sharp ball like that, it's like a bar of soap out there. The pitch is still quite wet, so it'll be difficult.
Paul Ryan, scorer 24 points in the championship journey so far. Hits this straight between the posts. Quite impressive in terms of hurling. First 65 for Maurice Shanahan is bang on target.
Yeah, you'd expect that today. It looked very simple in the modern game.
Paul Shute provides the option for Gary Maguire to give him a short ball. Stepping away from the challenge is Niall McMurrough. Good to see him back playing championship hurling after that thumb injury, and you can see why. He's an automatic choice in this Dublin team. He was a big loss to Ger Cunningham all through the months of May and June. Superb point. Again, it's a short ball strategy, but it's what you use the slither with after that. Needs to move on to plan B is under pressure. It's flicked back. There's Liam Rush in the middle. As Dublin begin to find a little bit of momentum here. That's a very good score by Ryan O'Dwyer.
Yeah.
Great between the posts.
Dublin are doing really well on the Waterford 65. They're playing the ball around. They know there's a pocket of space. Ty de Burka is sitting back far and he's leaving that gap there, and Dublin are exploiting it here in the early stages. Ger Cunningham has done good homework with this Dublin team.
Puck out his end to Kevin Moore, and good catch. Oh dear. Hefty challenge, nasty challenge on Kevin Moore, and it's Niall McMurrough that's going to be booked here by the referee. It's a yellow card. Very early to pick up a yellow card, but on this occasion, referee Johnny Ryan is correct. And in fair play to Niall McMurrough, he just went back to Kevin Moore and said sorry about that. Wasn't intentional in any way.
No, absolutely not. It's not in Niall McMurrough's nature, to be fair, but you're going to see a lot of that where Waterford win the ball, come back in through traffic. Again, the hurley was high there, all right, but he justified, obviously.
Second free from around the same area. That's the 65-metre line that his feet are on as he hits this. It's looking good from here, I have to say, and the umpire agrees.
There's another good score from Morris there, but a little concern down in front of us here with the Waterford backroom team.
As picked up here by Chris Crummy. It's Dotsy O'Callaghan getting away from Noel Connors. He gets the space, he gets the opportunity, and he avails of both. Good score, David Dotsy O'Callaghan.
Yeah, any space inside there, Dotsy's going to be on to it in a flash, you know, and a great score again off his left. He's really started this game, I suppose, like he did against Limerick in the finish of it.
Again, it's a short puck out for Shane Fives. Goes for distance. Chance here for Waterford. And that is going to the left and wide. Shane Fives keeps it down that wing, coming across as Liam Rush. Good hands, beating Shane Bennett on this occasion. That's an interesting tussle, and it's interesting that Derek McGrath is confident enough that Shane Bennett can do well on Liam Rush as Waterford comes straight through the middle and score a fine point.
They did a great score from Austin Gleeson. That's what Derek McGrath will have in there. Austin needed this score because he'd been out of it a little bit now. He's looked a little bit sluggish actually in the first 12 minutes of the game, but that should light him up now.
Again, Maguire varying his puck outs from left wing to right wing. This one is landing down towards Danny Sutcliffe. Should have really passed it. He's overdoing it, I would think, but he gets away from the challenge. Doesn't really quite connect properly. Hefty shoulder on Mark Shute. There's a chance here of a score, but it's gone to the puck out is taken. Meanwhile, Noel Connors is getting some medical attention. He's back on his feet as this drops in. Good ball over for Colin Dunford. Makes an angle for himself. Should score from here, and he does. Good play by Colin Dunford, who is maturing and evolving into a really good top-class intercounty hurler. He's having a good championship.
He is, and he took that score very well because he was going to take on his man first and then decided, no, we see the clash with Noel Connors there and Mark Shute. They're two big, strong men, and thankfully two of them are okay.
Philip Mahoney with the sideline cut. Liam Rush came for it but didn't gather. Shane Bennett does. Referee spotted the infringement. Back position, he's going to be marking Mark Shute. Meanwhile, it's Maurice Shanahan going for his 5th point of the match. He's happy enough with that.
That knocked it, Mark.
Sideline cut in from Austin Gleeson. Stephen O'Keefe. Ballygunner man. Puck out goes straight to Danny Sutcliffe, who sends it back, and can he avail of it? Yes, he can. It's a simple point to give away. We saw this in the Munster Hurling final as well. Danny Sutcliffe anticipating well. Good point.
Yeah, it was. Danny Sutcliffe left the bit of space in front of his man, and just
A layoff as far as Liam Rush. You can see how difficult it is for the hurlers today in terms of conditions, because we had torrential rain earlier. This time Liam Rush slipped here, gave the advantage to Michael Brick Walsh, and subsequently Liam Rush took too many. Colin Dunford with 2 points, Austin Gleeson with a point, are the other scorers. As Maurice Shanahan, Ty de Burke, out-jumped on this occasion by Rhino Dwyer. He was fouled. He won an All-Ireland Colleges medal with Dublin Colleges when they beat St. Flannan's back in 2006, and has matured into a fine. Joey Boland is getting on a lot of loose ball at left half back. The diagonal ball is over for Dotsey. Difficult enough angle. Has he managed this to squeeze between the posts? David O'Callaghan with his second point of the match.
Yeah, great diagonal ball across. He's given Shane Fives enough of it inside there in the corner. Dotsey again using his body to create that bit of space and gives himself that room.
Clubmate of the manager, Derek McGrath, under a little bit of pressure. Gets it into the middle. Good play by Jamie Barron. Makes a little bit of room for himself. Maurice Shanahan is back there. Joey Boland again reading the game well. And the referee, 45 and 65. Dropping it in. Oh, great hands. Once again, it's Ty de Burke, sending it down towards Jake Dillon. Switching play from one wing to the other. Joey Boland underneath it. Michael Brick Walsh is there as well. Liam Rush comes in to lend assistance. Nice little pick up by Kevin Moore, and somehow he managed it. Laying it off for Shane Bennett. Bennett along the sideline is heading towards goal. He's a confident 18-year-old. Still going through 4 Dublin players around him. No free given. He managed to get it just a small bit over towards Colin Dunford, who did well to gather it. Maurice Shanahan is available. So too is his captain, Kevin Moore. And from just outside the Dublin 65-metre line, the white flag is raised. Better, much better out of Waterford.
It is. There's an awful lot more energy in that attack. You can hear the Waterford supporters getting behind it there. Colin Dunford showed that turn of pace onto it outside to Kevin. Tried to do a job as an attack in front, and which Waterford need badly.
Tony McCaffrey sending it in. It's a good ball. There's a chance here for Dublin, and the opportunity is well taken. Good score, Rhino Dwyer. It's his second point of the game. But again, when you think about it, Brendan, there was the puck out that went wrong from Stephen O'Keefe. Sideline ball not controlled by Austin Gleeson. There are 2 points given away.
They're costly mistakes, but Dublin are punishing them, and that's the key thing with this Dublin team today.
Away goes Jamie Barron on the 65. Still Jamie. In press Bennett. He's going to have a shot here. Maguire saves it, but it's gone out for a 65.
Yeah, it's a very good save there by Gary Maguire. That the hardest ball in goalkeeping is the one that dips in front of you. In fairness to Shane Bennett, when he struck it, skidded off the turf, just a foot in front of him. Gary Maguire did quite well, and 65 is being given. The goalies union would question it, of course, Marty.
I think the goalies union should question it. Was that out over the line? We'll have to look at it from the angle. This will give us a better perspective. It was on it.
Yeah, it appeared to be on the line.
Match so far. This to put Waterford in front. And indeed, this will be Maurice Shanahan's 7th point of the game. He's consistent, if nothing else. Man on your television screen that's clearly on form with his free taking. 7 out of 7 so far. Follow through is good. And the point results. He's beat Maurice Shanahan clearly. Mark Schutte. Referee. Paul Ryan, simple.
Always gives you a chance that the ball can go wide.
Clearly jersey pulled there, and Danny Sutcliffe, but he got away in a little bit of space. He should put this between the posts, and that's exactly what he's done. Second point of the match for the St. Jude's clubman, And that's why he won an All-Star 2 years ago. That sort of form.
It is. He left Philip Mahoney for dead over on the far side of the pitch there, and you know himself and Shoot inside in the corner are big men, and if they can get running at this Waterford defence, they'll find holes in it.
Level for the 8th time in this quarter-final clash. 1 minute at least of additional time to be added on here.
On this game a bit more from an energy point of view.
Dara Fives going to take this in towards the corner. Look where Kevin Moran is now operating. Such a versatile hurler. He can play anywhere. Dublin keep the pressure on. Danny Sutcliffe is available again in space. This time hitting it off his left and again finding the target. Excellent play by Danny Sutcliffe. And Waterford are going to have to do something about Sutcliffe because he's beginning to show a fresh pair of heels to Philip Mahoney.
Yeah, that's a class score now. Niall McMurrough looked up, gave it into Danny Sutcliffe. It's all this